For $500, who can tell me all the uses of a stick?
Back scratch.
Correct.
Reach something on top of a closet.
Correct.
Circunferencia. Measure the earth.
Quack, quack.
What? You did not know? You're right. Are amazing things you can do with simple materials and some geometry. If you have a stick. Perhaps the only thing we can think of is we throw it to our dog to bring us. However, we do know a few geometric principles. We can get to measure the circumference of the earth.
This is Project Stick. This is Project Stick.
Hello, students of Taiwan and Media Agua will measure the circumference of Taiwan with a stick. Hola, alumnos de Taiwán y Media Agua medirán la circunferencia de la Tierra con una bala. 你好，台南的学生跟 Media Agua 将会用棍子测量地球的周长。
This is Project Stick.
With a simple stick, a stick of selfie, a broomstick, a spare, the magic wand of Miss Moon,
Quack.
we can measure the circumference of the earth. We just need a rod, a tape measure, a pencil, paper, and a friend who lives far from here.
Hello, friends of Media Aqua. We send you great greetings from Tainan.
Hola, welcome, ni hao. We are students of the school Victorina Navarro.
And we are uniting technology and knowledge. Today, a special astronomical phenomenon occurs called the equinox.
Today, the sun is perpendicular to the ground on the line of the equator. A school of Argentina and Taiwan school. Repeat the experience of measuring the circumference of the earth as performed 2,200 years ago. Simply using a stick, a lot of imagination, and a little information.
In this experience, a school of Taiwan and Meragua involved. The time difference is 11 hours. To perform the calculation, must assume that our schools are on the same meridian.
To increase the accuracy of our measurement, we put together a platform having a perpendicular threaded rod.
It gives us a shadow. This is narrowing. When the sun is moving and you put in the highest position, the shortest shadow that gives us when put in a place is what we use for measurement. Using a Manson's level. Get the platform is perfectly and horizontally. By regulating the height of its legs. Shortest shadow and measure its length. Measure the length of a rod threaded. We note. In order to make the calculation, must determine the angle alpha and beta, and find the distance between San Juan and the line of equator, and between Tainan and the line of equator. With the Google Maps service, certain few kilometers there from our school to the line of equator, and from Tainan to the line of equator. We looked online distance between Media Agua and the line of equator. Using trigonometry as a tool, we determine the angle between our staff and an imaginary line staff in equator. Our data for the calculation are the length of our staff and the length of its shortest shadow. The same is done by our friends in Taiwan. We perform easily calculate the circumference of the Earth.
We used a spreadsheet in Google Drive to determine the circumference of the Earth and know how much our calculation approaches to reality.
Technology has always been important to realize a task. It is the value that we add to each task using the information that is available to us. We are what make the difference.
If a simple rod 2,200 years ago, a person was able to determine the value of the circumference of the Earth, what can we do with the technology we have today?
Together we can make a difference.